Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our special Volunteers Thank You event. I'm Sally Both, CEO of Whitehorse Manningham Libraries, and while we're immensely sad that you can't join us in person today because of the new restrictions, we are very pleased that you're able to join us online. In the spirit of reconciliation, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which we're meeting, the Wurundjeri people, and to pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Today is a celebration and a very small way in which we can show our appreciation to the time you put in as volunteers. Simply put, without your commitment to volunteering, some of our library programs would not occur. Today we will hear from our Deputy Chair of the Library Board, Councillor Kleinert, Councillor in Manningham. We will also view a short video of some of our volunteers and their experience in our volunteer programs. We'll also hear from our volunteer managers and acknowledge some of our volunteers that have served with us for an extended period of time. So I hope you have a cup of tea or coffee with you. Sorry that we can't provide the morning tea for you today, but please join me in welcoming now Councillor Kleinert, Deputy Chair of the Library Board.
So thank you, and good morning to all, and welcome to this very special morning tea, which you're hopefully enjoying at home. Tea, coffee, cake, save me some chocolate cake if you made some. Or have it for me, should I say. Well, this is all about thanking you for your commitment to the library service. Without your dedication and knowledge and time, a range of library programs simply would not happen. So in the spirit of reconciliation, I also like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land we're meeting on, the Wurundjeri people, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. So in the past year, what has been amplified, the importance of social and community connection and the essential place of public libraries have on supporting communities during times of uncertainty. And so in 2020, COVID restrictions impacted our lives. I'm not sure what's going to be happening in the next couple of days, but we've been very prepared over this last year in being able to still develop and deliver services. Many of our volunteer programs had to be suspended for a period, and while some were able to continue with new formats including online Zoom sessions just like this. With easing of restrictions, the resumption of normal library services included the return of some volunteer programs, which was most welcome. For many in our community, whether they're unable to attend the library, culturally and linguistically diverse, have additional learning needs, or disadvantage in some way to access reading and learning. It can be difficult. Receiving a visit and a delivery of books can add immensely to a person's well-being and enjoyment of life. Simply gaining more experience in conversational English can be a direct impact to a person's self-esteem and employment. Having a helping hand to look over schoolwork can boost a teen's confidence in school and also switch on lifelong learning. Programs such as these, supported by dedicated volunteers, help our community feel connected and a sense of value and belonging. Our home library service volunteers deliver to over 500 people in our community. Those volunteers were missed dearly by our patrons over the lockdown, and we were pleased to be able to welcome them back at the beginning of the year as they resumed delivering library material. The connection that home library volunteers provide to people unable to attend library is important and can be life-changing. Our Story Circle volunteers and kit developers are with us today as well. Despite many aged care facilities being unable to run Story Circle in person, over COVID we were able to continue some sessions via Zoom. Our kit developers also contribute to develop material for storytelling volunteers to use in the future sessions, which are very thankful for. For many years, our library have been fortunate to have received the support of the Friends of Nunawading Library, or as known as FOL. Did I get that right? FOL. We went through it this morning. And since 1988, the Friends of Nunawading Library have been advocating and funding fundraising for library services to the community. Initially for the City of Nunawading and then subsequently for Whitehorse Manningham Libraries. Funds raised by annual book sales and literary events have enabled a donation of over $136,000. That is a huge amount and should be congratulated. That makes a significant contribution to support programs and activities to our libraries, including author talks, children reading programs, audible listening, devices for home library services and iPads for the digital literacy program. The dedicated committee members of the Friends of Nunawading Library met monthly to plan fundraising book sales, literary events and publications for their context newsletters to members, of which I would receive. So thank you. Committee members have also regularly come into the library and sought donated books in preparation for the twice a year book sales, supported by other volunteers on book days. Now, in early 2020, the committee, in conjunction with the Whitehorse Manningham Libraries, made the decision to cease the operation of the Friends of Nunawading Libraries and to transition to the direct library volunteers. As library volunteers, they will continue to support the library through annual book sales and other activities. The transition to Friends of Library volunteers enables the library service to better support Friends activities. On behalf of the Library Board, I would like to extend a special acknowledgement and my gratitude to the former Friends of Nunawading Libraries and their contribution over the years, particularly to those who have served on the committee. I'd like to also take the opportunity to acknowledge and thank two of our community representatives that are on the Library Board. The community representatives attend board meetings, contribute to the strategic direction and governance of the public library service, being the Whitehorse and Manningham municipalities. They bring a valuable library user perspective to the board discussions. So I thank both Ian Keys, the representative for Manningham, and Carol Jean, representative for Whitehorse, for their dedication and continued support to the library services. I'd like to finish by saying that as volunteers, you all facilitate lifelong learning and by doing so, enhance the lives of the community members you assist. The library is lucky to have such a committed team of volunteers who work to support the library service. And today's event, even though it's virtual, apologies for that, we still like to say thank you. And I'd like to invite the managers of the service to say a few words.
Hi everyone, I'm Jenny Mitchell and I oversee the volunteers in our English program, so it's the called area that I manage. I'd like to give you a bit of a background about our program. So Whitehorse Manningham Library's Conversation Circle program commenced in 2017 at our Box Hill Library and also Doncaster Library. Later that year, we added a Conversation Circle at our Vermont South Library. These group sessions are facilitated by a team of friendly, dedicated volunteers who have a passion for helping our called community and to help build their confidence in speaking English in a relaxed and safe environment. During lockdown in 2020, we moved this program online via Zoom, and we were holding 2 online sessions each week from June to December. At the end of the program, at the end of the year, the volunteers managed to meet in person. The participants managed to meet in person, and some really great friendships have been formed. So this program has only been made possible by the generous commitment of our team of 7 volunteers. In 2018, our one-on-one Conversation Buddies program commenced. It was originally called Book Buddies, and which was run with approximately 10 years in partnership with the Louise Multicultural Community Centre. The revised program proved very popular with our CALD community, and we were lucky to recruit many new volunteers. The program continues to be embraced by both learners and volunteers, with many strong friendships formed. We currently have over 20 volunteers assisting in this program. I'd now like to formally thank 2 of our current Conversation Buddy volunteers who have been a part of this program since its inception and who also volunteered in our previous Book Buddies program. Deanna O'Brien is currently a Conversation Buddy at our Vermont South Library. She joined us as a volunteer in 2016 in the original Book Buddies program at Box Hill Library, and then she moved over to the new Conversation Buddies program the following year. She's volunteered for many years at Box Hill Library before moving now to Vermont South this year. Her friendly, happy disposition makes her an ideal volunteer for the program, and her assistance has been greatly appreciated by all the buddies that she has assisted over the years. Congratulations, Deanna, on 5 years of volunteer service with Whitehorse Manningham Libraries. Scott Green is currently a member of our Box Hill Library Conversation Buddies program, and he has made some lovely friendships, particularly with a buddy called Yu Gu. They really enjoyed their weekly catch-ups and sharing their cultural experiences both ways. Scott has always been a bright, cheerful tutor with lots of outside interests to share. His sessions with his buddy only stopped when his learner had to go overseas. He's presently waiting for a new match in this program, but he is a valued volunteer with Whitehorse Manningham Libraries and also helps in our home library service. Congratulations, Scott, on 5 years of volunteer service with Whitehorse Manningham Libraries. I'd now like to pass over to Christina Davidson, who manages our volunteers in our Friends of the Library program. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our online morning tea. My name is Christina Davidson. I am Coordinator of Partnerships and Programs here at Whitehorse Manningham Libraries, and I am very fortunate to work closely with our friends of the library. As Councillor Kleinert has so beautifully spoken about already, the Friends of the Library support our library service through fundraising and literary events, and they have donated to the library an astronomical sum of $136,000 in the last 17 years. So these funds are used to support a delivery of a range of reading and lifelong learning programs. In particular, in the last year, the Friends of the Library funds supported special COVID programs like our Bounce Back series, which featured programs covering job seeking, financial planning, wellbeing, and supported people during lockdown and beyond. So the main fundraiser for the Friends of the Library has always been the twice annual book sale, and we're very excited that we are able to go ahead with the book sale this Saturday, so I'll give that a bit of a plug. Saturday 10 to 1 at the Whitehorse Civic Centre. We hope you can come down. Just remember to bring a mask. So today we're very excited to honour 2 of our long-serving Friends of the Library members. The first is Sue Trevelyan, who has served as a Friend of the Library for 15 years. And during that time, Sue has been a fantastic minute secretary for many years. Her outstanding administration skills keep us all informed with her excellent meeting minutes and signage for the book sale. She's our resident computer whiz and absolutely invaluable on the book sale days. So thank you so much, Sue, for serving the Friends of the Library Committee for 15 years. It's a wonderful achievement. And we're also acknowledging today Eve Brewer, who served the Friends of the Library for 25 years. During that time, Eve was president of the previous Friends of the Nunawading Library for many years, contributing to the organisation of the twice yearly book sales, fundraising literary afternoon teas, the Fonnell News publication Context. Eve is quietly spoken and a gentle soul, but a true powerhouse in terms of getting things done. And we'd also like to pop in a special thanks to her trusty sidekick Lynn, who's also always willing to lend a hand. So thank you so much, Eve, for serving on the Friends of the Library Committee for 25 years. What an amazing achievement. And I'd now like to hand over to Tina Kavanagh, who will be talking about our home library service.
Thanks, Christina. My name's Tina Kavanagh. I'm an outreach librarian here at Whitehorse Manningham. I work on a number of volunteer-based programs, Home Library Service, Story Circle and Conversation Buddies, Conversation Circles program. Our many home library service volunteers are part of the long-established program that regularly delivers books to people who can't get to the library themselves. They provide a valuable service that wouldn't exist without them, as well as an important social connection for many often isolated members of our community. For the past few years, we have also run the very successful Story Circle program in a number of aged care facilities in the region. Story Circle sees volunteers meet with residents for a morning or an afternoon of reminiscing and story sharing. The program promotes memory retention, builds connection between residents and provides a fun highlight to the month for some of our region's older citizens. We're looking forward to relaunching the program in the coming months. Our volunteers really love their work with the library service, as we know, and they tend to stay with us for a long time. We have a number of home library volunteers receiving service awards today for 5, 10, 15, 25 and even 35 years of service. So I'd like to start by mentioning a 5-year service award for Scott Green, who Jenny also mentioned. Scott's volunteering journey, as Jenny said, began in 2016 with the Conversation Buddies program at Box Hill Library, but shortly after he also joined the Home Library Service, volunteering as a delivery driver. Well, we say driver, but Scott is actually a very keen cyclist. He rides his bike to Vermont South Library, collects the trolley of deliveries, which he then walks over to Livingston Gardens, which is the aged care facility next to Vermont South Library. Scott's known in the library and at Livingston Gardens as a friendly, cheerful presence. He spends generous amounts of time with the residents, chatting and getting to know them. Scott, your dedication and commitment are truly appreciated by all our home library members and staff at Livingston Gardens and in the library. You're a great asset to the home library team, and we thank you for the last 5 years of service, and we look forward to working with you over the coming years. Also receiving a 5-year service award is Carolyn Boyne, who is the home library volunteer at the Heights. Carolyn started with Whitehorse Manningham Libraries when the home library service at TLC The Heights Aged Care was first established. Carolyn quickly made the home library round her own, getting to know the residents' reading preferences, advocating on their behalf and letting us know when there were potential new members at the facility. Over the years, Carolyn has shown her commitment to the home library service, providing a reliable and quality service to residents at the Heights. Thank you, Carolyn, for your time and dedication to the home library service. And then receiving a 10-year service award this year is Chris Lowry, who also is with the home library service. Chris has volunteered initially at Box Hill Library and in more recent years here at Nunawading branch, delivering to home library members living in the community. Chris has shown flexibility and adaptability as her role has changed over the years. She enjoys making a connection with the members and ensuring that their reading preferences are met. Thank you, Chris, for your contribution to the home library service at Whitehorse Manningham Libraries. And I would also like to mention another 10-year service award, which goes to Barbara Britton. Barbara is an integral member of the Home Library team at Box Hill Library. She delivers to 2 aged care facilities and half a dozen Home Library members living in the community every 3 weeks. Her tireless work ethic and willingness to help often see her covering delivery rounds for other volunteers who are unwell or on holidays, not only at Box Hill Library but also at other library branches in our region. Her warm and compassionate nature, knowledge of and experience in the aged care industry and understanding of dementia make her a firm favourite with our Home Library members. In fact, when I tried to move a community member from Barbara's delivery round to another for efficiency reasons, I had a call from the member who was most upset. She told me it wouldn't be Home Library without Barbara, and Barbara was her friend and she looked forward to seeing Barbara every delivery. Needless to say, that member still sees Barbara, and I haven't tried to move any others from her round since. It's a perfect example of the relationships Barbara's developed over her 10 years delivering Home Library service and how our members enjoy her visits. Congratulations on 10 years service. We and our members thank you, Barbara, for your time, assistance and hard work. Now I'd like to introduce my colleague, Katarina Young, who is also an outreach librarian who will speak about some of our other volunteers. Thank you.
Thanks, Tina. I'm Katerina. I'm based at Vermont South Library, and I'm the Home Library Coordinator as well. As Tina mentioned, we had quite a few long service members here, and here I have a few long service members as well. And the ones, Jenny, we have the special mention for Jenny, who started with the Home Library service 10 years ago. Jenny works at Vermont South Library as a staff. She's still working there, and also taking up the Home Library deliveries. When 2 Warrandyte ladies needed Home Library service 10 years ago, we couldn't find the local volunteer at that time. Jenny handed up, said, I'll do it. So since then, Jenny had her 2 ladies at Warrandyte area, and she soon has the ladies near the Vermont South area. So Jenny has passion and compassion for her patrons, and will always go extra miles to give them warm and personalised service. Jenny, thank you for giving back to your local community. Well done. Congratulations. And next one, we have 15 years. Helen Schumann. Helen, the Home Library team has very lucky, fortunate to have Helen with us for 15 years. She's always keen up the task, taking on different roles and ensuring all the patrons receive the books with friendly smiles. Over the years, Helen has visited retirement villages, aged care facilities, and patrons-owned homes. She has brought her vast life experience and knowledge to the Home Library volunteer work. So Helen has made great difference for many Home Library patrons over the years. Helen, thank you for your ongoing dedication and hard work. Thank you. Now we move on another 15 years. Peter Denning. Peter joined the Home Library service team 15 years ago. Shortly after his retirement, starting with just visiting a few patrons at his own home, soon expanding to an aged care facility because Peter just always asks, give me more. And Peter doesn't just volunteer with our Home Library team, he volunteers right across the broad community. You may see him in Melbourne CBD, helping tourists sorting out where to visit. So he has quite a few roles. Though Peter has very busy retirement life, he's always happy to make himself available for additional deliveries and responsibility. I can always rely on Peter, say, Peter, we're able to drop this off. He's always happy to say, no problems, I'll do it. So thank you, Peter, for the difference you have made for our community. if you're on the Zoom, Peter. Sherry, 25 years. We would like to give a special mention to Sherry, who spent 25 years with the Home Library Service team. Having come from Narrawadin Library straight after retired, Sherry has spent many decades serving the broad community. Sherry's hard work and her skills for maintaining connection with the home library patrons have made a great difference for their lives. So this is a great milestone, and we couldn't have asked more a dedicated and passionate volunteer like you, Sherry. Thank you. Now we have 35 years. Val Sullivan has volunteering for Home Library for 35 years. I think Val is the first original Home Library volunteer since we start Home Library in the Whitehorse Manningham Library. So Val is not content just for doing one round. Val does three rounds with us, two from Vermont South Library and from Doncaster Library. In the 35 years, Val has seen many changes in how we provided home library services. But with each delivery, Val always have a smile and never stop from her providing the service with enthusiasm. So her warm smile and friendly nature are truly treasured by her home library members and the staff over the years. All of the home library service members and staff truly appreciated Val's long and dedicated service. In addition with home library delivery, home library service, Val also contributed her time to the Phonos, Friends of the Library as well, preparing for library sales, and he's acting as the treasurer at the Phonos as well. So thank you, Val, for your commitment to the library and contribution you have made. Thank you. Yes, 35 years. It's a great milestone. Don't know how many people have been worked in one place for over 35 years. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. There's some amazing stories of commitment and dedication to supporting our community. We're truly grateful of that commitment, of your time, and that it adds such value to the library service that we deliver across Whitehorse and Manningham. Now, we've got a special treat now, a video that has generously been put together. Some of our volunteers have agreed to talk a little bit about their experience volunteering with the library service, the impact it has on those that receive the service, but also how it adds value to the volunteer's life as well. So before we sign off, I'd like to hand over to our dedicated media team who will now stream the video.
My name's Val, and I've been a volunteer at the Nunawading Library, set up for about over 30 years anyway. Volunteering in the home library service. I think it was called Housebound originally, and that just means collecting books from the library and taking them to older people or people who are not able to get out of their homes, and so that they can manage to read things. Well, some of the people are not able to get out very much, so they're always pleased to see you, even if you can only stay a few minutes. It's nice to be able to exchange a few words and, ask about what's been happening or something like that. Sometimes I've even got to the stage where they become friends and then end up taking them out for a meal or something, but that's purely as in an unofficial role, of course.
Hi, my name is Peter. I've been volunteering with the library with their home visit outreach service since 2006. so coming up for 15 years. I was originally inspired to do it that my mother was an invalid living in Queensland on the Gold Coast, and when my dad passed away, he used to get her books, and she couldn't get any books anymore. And the library up there had a home visit service, and I saw how much she really appreciated being able to have books brought to her home. When you're housebound, it's very difficult. So I had retired, and I just happened to be on the website one day, and I saw that Whitehorse Manningham also were seeking volunteers to do a similar role. And I thought, well, yes, it brings so much pressure to my mum, I'd like to do the same for other people. So that's how I got into it.
Okay, my name's Ivan. I'm from England. I came here in 1974 as a teacher, and I retired a few years ago. I was looking for something to do, so I saw a flyer here, and thought I might be good at the role of being a conversation buddy, where I get to know somebody for a period of time and help them learn English. These people have got a big challenge, which is to integrate into Australia with a completely different language structure to their own. And I've really appreciated how they've embraced that, and I feel that I'm helping them develop confidence and competence, maybe just a little bit.
Hi, my name is Jenny, and I've been delivering books for Home Library Service for 10 years now, which surprised me, 10 years this year. I love it, I really enjoy it. I couldn't believe it was 10 years actually with Katrina told me. Like, I really love the connection that you make with the people you go and visit and the company, and I really enjoy the conversation. The library is such a great resource. It's something that everyone should be able to access, and it's just a real privilege to be able to go outside and take the library to people who otherwise wouldn't be able to access it. And my lady, who I've developed quite a good relationship with, she's like, I can't wait till you come back, I really look forward to your visits, and it's just a lovely experience.
My name's Mary Whittam. I am a conversation buddy, and I've been doing this for 2 or 3 years, I'm not sure. My conversation buddy was reading a book out loud to me, and it was about a little boy in the playground. And the book said he was itching to get on the swings, and my conversation buddy said, oh. I said, no. I said he wanted it so much, he was becoming very restless, he couldn't think about anything else. I could see that she accepted it, but she didn't really get it. So later on, when we were about to finish, it was coming to 11 o'clock, she said, what are you going to do with the rest of the day? I said, I don't know, but I'm itching to get out in the garden. I could see the almost daylight dawn, she got it. So that's the sort of experience that you have that's very rewarding, really.
Hi, I'm Sandra. I'm a volunteer with the Home Library Service out of Box Hill Library, and I think I've been doing it for 8 or 9 years. Time flies when you're having fun. The people. It's really, the library staff, the people you deliver to, so many different individuals with so many lovely stories to hear. It's just really lovely. I'd like to think that I put a smile on people's faces. I know if you smile at an older person, they really want to talk to you, because 9 times out of 10 they're lonely. So sometimes my round takes a long time because I just talk to them, and it's really nice.
Thank you to all our wonderful volunteers. If it wasn't for you, we couldn't run our programs. We really appreciate your help and your time. Thank you.
Thanks, volunteers.
Thank you.
Thanks for volunteering.
Thank you.
Thank you, we couldn't do it without you.
Thanks, volunteers.
Thanks for volunteering.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you to all our library volunteers.
Thank you.
Thank you, volunteers.
Thank you for all your help.
Thank you to all our wonderful volunteers.
Thank you to all the volunteers of Whitehorse Manningham Library for all the great work that you do.
Thank you so much to all of our volunteers.
Thanks for all your help.
with Conversation Circle as a conversation buddy, helping delivering books for the Home Library Service and all the other activities in the library.
Thank you to our lovely volunteers for all your time and effort.
Thank you to all our wonderful volunteers.
Thank you to all of our volunteers. Without you guys, our programs wouldn't be the programs that they are. So thank you so much.
Thank you, and I really encourage you to go on to our Facebook page, the library Facebook page, where you'll be able to see an extended version of some of those little video interviews with our volunteers and find out a little bit more about what they do and the impact that they make, both to the community and to how it adds value to their life as well. So thank you so much for those that did participate in putting those videos together. Before we sign off, I would also really like to acknowledge and thank the staff that participate in our volunteer programs by training and supporting our volunteers. You've heard from some of them today, but we have a whole range of other staff that do support our volunteer programs, so thank you to those staff. And I would also like to acknowledge and extend a thank you to our programs and media and marketing team for quickly dropping everything yesterday and transitioning what we had hoped would have been a really lovely event in-house to the virtual environment. So well done and thank you, and thank you for those who've joined us today, and we hope that next time we will be able to have a real live event. So wishing you all the best, stay safe, and thank you again for the tremendous contribution you make to our community and to our library service. Thank you.